What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robbie and I am a drum teacher from Scotland, and today we are going to be taking a look at a video which intrigued me when I saw it pop up, but I've not had a chance to do it yet. It is a jazz drummer hearing Korn for the first time. Eric Harland is the drummer that we're going to look at here, and this is a really interesting video simply because we have two very different styles coming together right now. Jazz is a very different discipline to the sort of nu metal sound that Korn bring to the table. So we're going to take a look at that. So let's just jump into it and take a look. This is the first time I've watched this. I'm very intrigued. Let's go.
Wow, the lyrics are so beautiful.
The music video has 319 million views.
What? You know, to get to that level of expression is amazing. Ooh, yeah, man. My man was speaking from
Turning
the
up
heart.
my volume.
You know, it was going in. I feel embarrassed because it's such a great song.
I'm so happy that this is Freak on a Leash.
All right, so this,
I love Freak on a Leash.
For the first time, right?
Yeah, so have you seen any of these?
Oh, yeah, I've seen them.
Which which ones have been your favorite?
I'm not going to say anything right now. We're just going to get through it, and then we're going to be cool.
I like your style. Which bands, artists, projects have you worked with?
I played with the likes of Betty Carter, Michael Brecker, Wynton Marsalis, Branford Marsalis, Terrence Blanchard, Joe Henderson, so many legends. I'm grateful to be in this space right now in time.
We've got a bunch of options prepped. If you know the song that we give you, just give me the thumbs up and we'll jump to the next one. You ready?
Yeah, let's just go.
Every day here at Drumeo, we get tons of questions from students about how to improvise on the drums and also how to play jazz on the drums and how to get started. And we actually just launched a brand new course with Juilliard instructor Ulysses Owens Jr. called 30-Day Jazz Drummer. There's going to be daily guided workouts with Ulysses. There's going to be weekly live streams where you're going to get all your questions answered.
At some point, I might
and
check out some of these
Drumeo
things.
Jazz on the kit, play through some tunes,
because
and
there's probably a lot I can learn.
If you want to check it out, the link is down in the description. You can get enrolled for the course and all the details.
There's stuff you can learn from everywhere. So. Well, that's a big tom to be tuned that high.
Something takes a part of me, something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe, something's raped and taken from me, Life's gotta always be messing with me.
Okay, so very quickly, I just want to point out something that I think is really cool. He has two snares on his kit right beside each other. I've never seen that set up before. That's really cool. And then you've got two toms arranged like that. That's really cool. I've never seen that before. It's awesome. So this is, what, the first and final take. So this is just him going for it. Very interesting feel. It's like halftime. Ooh. Nice.
Nothing in my life is
So there's some fundamental differences here between what a metal drummer would do on here and what he is doing on here. And you'll notice very, very much in the bass drum and everything, there is very, very little, sort of very, very little oomph being put into that kick, which is really, really cool, because jazz drummers, a lot of the time they use a technique that we call feathering the bass drum, and that's where you're just sort of very, very lightly boom, 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 you know, sort of you're tapping it as opposed to really laying into the kick drum. So he's using that here, but it's like, it's a really, really interesting take on the song, because this is a really good example of using space within the music to really add to the sound of it, because he's, you know, the drummer for Korn, I forget his name all the time, he's doing quite a lot. It's quite a busy song drum wise, but he's leaving a lot of space even though he is playing quite a busy part, and this is, as I say, this is just really, really interesting to see. Oh, just letting it rip. It's good. It's so good. And what's funny is that is actually kind of the ending.
Do you know that song?
No.
Drumeo Strikes Again.
Y'all coming with the goods.
What did you think of that song?
It was fun. It was liberating in a certain way. Now, I'm a chart guy, so when the chart is there, then it's like I have an understanding of what the tune is supposed to be.
If you were like going to really dive in and like make a version of this song and like learn a part for it, would you want to kind of go through your process of charting this out?
The things that, you know, he, they, she are thinking about is something that's very profound to who they are. I would have to get to know the tune and understand it for what it is, and that way we can capture that. Because right now I'm just kind of playing me, and that's selfish, you know, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's selfish, but, you know.
We're going to play you the original. Have you ever heard?
So very quickly, let's just talk about what he's just said there. That is really, really important. As a musician, if you're playing with like a band or an artist or something like that, you know, you get pulled in to play with someone, to play their music specifically. You don't play for yourself, you play for the song. And sometimes that means you have to come up with some kind of connection between yourself and that song. I think it's one of the things that singers have to do quite a lot, especially when they sing other people's music, is to kind of relate to those lyrics and the song in some way so that they can put the emotion and the performance behind it. And what he's saying there is being quite selfish and playing for him and having fun with it is that's not the way that song is supposed to be played. It's not really the feeling of the song, but it is fun. And that's the thing. I always say to my students, like, go away and jam along to songs that you really love and just have fun with it. But we will learn how to do it the way that the song is supposed to be done as well. Because while it's all well and good being able to sit down and just jam along with any kind of song, you also need to have that discipline to really apply this knowledge and these parts and everything to replicate the sound of a song rather than just being able to jam it. So let's hear his thoughts on the original, because I have my thoughts on the original and I love that song. It was a fantastic album. So let's hear his thoughts.
Heard of the band Korn?
Yes, of course.
The song is called Freak on a Leash. The music video has 319 million views.
What?
The drummer is David Silveria, and this came out
There
in
it is.
1998.
Something takes a part of me. Something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe.
Nice.
So good, that song. So great. That bit especially, that crescendo at the end is just
Ooh, yeah, man.
chef's
It rips,
kiss.
man.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what I was saying. It's like my man was speaking from the heart, man. You know, it was going in. Wow, the lyrics are so beautiful, and the way that they interpreted the song, you know, to get to that level of expression is amazing. The way the drummer just, you know, he kept it simple enough so that the lyrics of the words wouldn't get meshed. It's beautiful, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I feel embarrassed because it's such a great song.
So that was absolutely fantastic. That was great. I really enjoyed that. Once again, it was a great example of leaving space within your playing for the other instrumentals and the vocals and all that sort of stuff. Because that's what we have to think about as musicians. We are probably the loudest instrument on a stage. We are the loudest instrument in a studio. We are the loudest instrument in a rehearsal space. Every other instrument needs some kind of amplification to keep up with us. So if we think about allowing space in our playing for everything else, that just makes you a better musician overall. And it's something that you should actively practice, is maybe hanging back a little bit and just seeing how good it feels just to sit in the groove and play for the song and not for yourself. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a quick look at some of the playing here. So let's go into this. So you hear that that's now a halftime. So hand patterns there, really, really important. He's doing, it's almost like paradiddles, maybe double paradiddles, maybe even triple paradiddles if he's going that deep into it. Between his hands there to get those patterns situated inside the groove. He's also a lot of ghost notes. Also, one thing I really, really love about this kit is the fact that he's got a snare here, which is... I haven't put it back to the right bit. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Apologies, I'm stupid. I'll show you what I mean with that paradiddle thing.
Every time I start to believe
I'm a professional, guys.
something's raped and
So there.
taken from me, from me. Life's gotta always be messing with me.
So you'll see his hands. They're sort of doing alternating patterns.
Can't I take away all this pain? I try to every night, all in vain. Sometimes
And yeah, so what I was saying about his kit as well, let's just go back to this bit where I can see here. So he's got his 2 snares on the kit, but one of them is tuned high and one of them is tuned low. And that's really cool for giving you variety in the textures that you can get.
messing with me.
Really, really nice little roll fill there. So you see, he's moved over onto this lower tune snare, and it fits the song. It fits what he's trying to put into the music. Also, making the creative decision to, instead of use the ride cymbal like we normally do, which gives you that like ding, 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 ding sort of sound, he's crashing on the edge of it, so it sounds more like a crash cymbal. But when you do that with a ride cymbal, it's such a big, washy sound, and it's so good. So making that creative decision to use the ride cymbal in a crashy way instead of one of the crash cymbals just fits the song perfectly. Ooh.
Feeling like a freak on a leash.
So obviously he's just kind of jamming it out and feeling it out. So there was that moment of pause and like reflection there, being like, okay, where is this going? Okay, and we're back into the groove. Being able to do that is so important. So you got to think about, if you maybe make a mistake on stage or make a mistake in your practice or anything, the best thing you can possibly do, instead of like, oh, right, I'll stop the track and we'll put it back to the beginning, the best thing you can possibly do is keep playing. Get back on the beat and stay within the song, because when you're on stage, the music doesn't wait for you.
How many times have I felt disease? Nothing in my life is free, is free. Sometimes I cannot take this place. Sometimes it's my life I can't taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. Never seen me far from grace.
That was really nice. I love the combination of textures that he's using around the kit there to build into that chorus section, or that pre-chorus section. I think it's the chorus. And bringing it in at the same time as that snare is so powerful, and that is just so sick. Also, the little view that you get of his hand when he's playing on the ride cymbal, it gives you a little view into the 2 techniques to use on the ride cymbal. So you see it there. Let's see if I can catch it. So this is where you're playing up on the bow of the cymbal. So there's 3 different parts of the cymbal, and right in the center you've got your bell, and then out a bit you've got what we call the bow of the cymbal, and then a little bit further out as well, probably only about like, you know, maybe this much towards the outer edge is what we call the edge of the cymbal. And when you're hitting the edge of the cymbal, that's where you get that big crashy sound. If you hit the bow of the cymbal, you get that nice ding 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 sound. But you want to hit it with 2 different parts of your stick. Let me just grab a stick here and I'll show you, because I've got one pretty much on hand in my bag. Right, here we go. So we got my stick here. So when you're hitting the bow of the cymbal, which is sort of the largest area of it, you want to use the tip of your stick. So you get that ding, 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 ding. So when you go for the edge of the cymbal, you want to use the shoulder of your stick to give it that big crash and washy sound. So if you're up on the bow, you're using the tip, but then when you move to the edge, you use the shoulder of the stick, and you'll get that big washy sound. It's all technique. All technique. Bringing it in on that snare. Oh, it's so good. One thing I have also noticed, as he's playing, he's got his double pedal set up, but while he's using his left foot on the double pedal, he's also controlling the hi-hat at the same time. And this I thought was really interesting. So he's keeping the 1, 2, 3, 4 over on the little stack cymbal here, but he's doing E and A on the hi-hat. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Throwing in the chops. Also, he's feeling out the music. He's getting that on the crash cymbals there. Oh, it's so good. You see the hi-hat is going at the same time as when he's using his left foot there. Putting in the accents on that crash. And then doing the little, once again, that's just using the tip of your stick on the bow of each of the cymbals there. In fact, if we can get the top-down view, in fact, so we'll see that this part here is your bell, this part is your bow, and this is your edge. So that's your 3 different sections to your cymbal that you want to utilize properly. And he's just using all the cymbals on the bow with the tip of his stick to make that. That's just like using your double stroke drum roll across them. So that was that was Eric Harland playing along with Korn. That was absolutely fantastic. I really loved that. If you've made it this far into the video, guys, give yourself a cookie. You deserve it. It's been fantastic to watch this. Korn were one of my biggest influences growing up. That album especially was top tier. That is one of my top tier albums. Freak on a Leash, one of my favorite songs of all time. So it's been really interesting to see that. So until next time, guys, if you like this, don't forget to subscribe. I will be back with another one pretty soon, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.